have been so thick with the mill, the wood that got floated by water to the mill, that we could have walked right across it.
Oh, wow.
Rocks are peridotite and they're rich in heavy metals, especially iron. So after they've been exposed to the air, they've rusted. That's one of the 2 places in the world that you can see the Earth's mantle. Looking down into a shoal of water that's off my right side, that's only about 1.5 feet.
It's amazing how they can see that well.
And all of the fish are all coming through the same channel that we just had to come, even if they're to rivers that are further out the bay. They're going to come all the way into here first and then go further out. So we're shallow in here, they can see all the way to the bottom. And all there it goes. There you go. That one usually flies. Wow. Came all the way across here. The logs would float down the Humber River, and then this area they wouldn't be able to get past. So you can see over on the right there's an old brick building or concrete that looks like it's about to fall into the ocean, and there's a crane right beside it. So that's where the chain came about. We're not really sure why. But they're the longest migrating species on Earth. So they nest in Antarctica, and then every single year they fly up to the Arctic and back to Antarctica again. So they follow the summer. So the smallest amount one is going to fly is around 7,000 kilometers in a single year, and the largest is over 17,000 kilometers. So if I would have guessed. Direction, the bow of that vessel is facing out the bay. That's a cruise ship. So what looks like an oil tank on the back is the old steam boiler and those smokestacks there. So that you'll see a lot of things around town called boat water. When the boat water sold the mill and the land connections started to be forming more consistently in the 60s, they decided that they didn't need to float the logs down the outside of the bay. There's probably around 6,500 people or so that live on the other side of the bay. The farthest community is a 45-minute drive. Everybody has to come over this bridge to get into town. The Humber River in Ontario are named after the Humber that's in the UK, but nobody seems to know what that one is named after. But the cave is not, the underhang is not entirely made by the tide and the current. The whole city of Corner Brook is undermined by a cave system that flows into the Corner Brook Gorge and the Corner Brook Stream. These rocks on the left are pretty famous in geology circles. They're part of what helped prove the theory of plate tectonics in '64. A guy named Hank Williams was largely responsible for that. So you can see sort of the sandwich layers that are going kind of diagonally left to the right. Interestingly enough, if you go out the bay, those are going to switch to go from right to left. So here what happened, this is the collision of a fault line between two tectonic plates. Over a very long time they've crashed into each other and then forced upward. As you go farther out the bay, that plate has actually been flipped upside down. First 5 years that I lived here.
I guess you won.
I was only looking at it from the highway, and the information panel.
Oh, I found them.
Pass those around for you. Is all faded out by the sun, so it can't actually show you anything. But on the sheet I'm passing around, you'll see how there's like a little circle, and then inside the circle is the face, so it gives you a landmark of what you're supposed to be looking for.